I pretended to be paralyzed for 4 months to catch my wife trying to murder me. Every billionaire asks themselves the same thing. Would she still love me if I had nothing? So when me and my wife got into a car accident, I knew exactly what to do. I texted my assistant Layla from the ambulance. Code Silver. She knew what that meant. By the time we reached my private hospital wing, she'd assembled the team. 50 paid actors were ready to help me pretend I was a vegetable. The head of neurology cost $2 million and sold the diagnosis perfectly. Every nurse signed NDAs worth their mortgages. The doctor announced complete paralysis, and Elena's tears broke my heart. She was an angel. She'd fluff my pillows, stroke my hair, and whisper loving words. But the second we were alone, her face went cold. Vegetables shouldn't take this long to die, she'd mutter, then practice her concerned face in the mirror. She called her ex Dean while standing over me. The accident worked perfectly. Prenups void for disability. She'd take crying selfies for Instagram, checking follower counts between fake tears. My nurse was actually my head of security, documenting everything. She performed grief like an actress when my mother visited, then immediately called her lawyer. How much longer until I can pull the plug legally? My mother, who I'd briefed, played the concerned mother-in-law perfectly, while Elena counted days on her calendar, circling dates in red. Week 3 brought Rick. My best friend since we were 12 walked into my room, and Elena locked the door. He's completely gone, she said, snapping fingers in my face, shining phone lights in my eyes. Watch this. She slapped me hard across the face. Then again. Rick laughed nervously until she grabbed his hand and put it on her breast. He can't feel anything. We could make love right here. Rick pulled back, but she pushed harder. Come on. It's nothing we haven't done before. My security team watched through hidden cameras as she pulled Rick onto my bed. Imagine inheriting his empire through our kid, she whispered, while unzipping his pants 2 feet from my paralyzed body. Rick's resistance crumbled when she mentioned the billions. They made love in my bed while I lay there with my eyes covered by a blindfold that I could see out of. My lawyers wanted to end it, but Blake said, without attempted murder on tape, she walks with half your fortune. We need her actually trying to kill you. Over the next 3 months, she escalated. She got me declared incompetent using my paid experts. My forensic accountant tracked 40 million flowing offshore while she practiced eulogies. He was the love of my life, she'd rehearse, adding tears on cue. Rick visited daily now for their scheduled sessions. Our kid's inheriting everything, he'd say while she rode him, my eyes fixed on the ceiling. She'd describe my death during intimacy. First the facility, then a little morphine accident. The pregnancy test came back positive week 16. She waved it in my face. This is your friend's baby, but who's asking for DNA? She'd research untraceable poisons on my laptop while sitting on my legs. Paralyzed vegetables don't need passwords, she'd say, transferring another million. She brought men home, not just Rick anymore. Dean, her trainer, strangers from bars. She'd fuck them in our bed while describing my helplessness. He watches everything but can't do shit, she'd tell them, and they'd laugh while using my paralyzed body as a footrest. Month 4 brought the breakthrough. She met with the hospice consultant who explained morphine doses for comfort care. Elena took detailed notes about injection sites and lethal amounts. Then she booked our vow renewal at my Napa estate, inviting 500 guests to watch her marry a vegetable. Till death do us part won't take long, she told Rick, while trying on the $100,000 dress. She'd eat elaborate dinners on my chest, deliberately spilling wine on my face. Vegetables don't need dignity, she'd say, taking photos for her private collection. The night before our wedding, she called Dean. I've got 15 milligrams of morphine ready, between his toes where nobody checks. 20 minutes after injection, natural death for someone in his condition. I'll do it during the reception when everyone's distracted. She hung up and dressed me like a corpse. Even dead, you'll look good in photos,